right.
I swear, I can't stand you, Brandon. Every time I see an infinity,
Hey, I bet you every time you see one, you hear it too. Don't.
I was waiting. Kids was getting picked up today, and I saw one, and I had to look. I was like, who in that car? I was like, black mama, black child. Probably bad.
Know.
He probably bad. He don't take my class.
He'll be in class talking about my mama car faster than yours.
Lee, hey man, what do you teach again? Is it science?
No.
I thought it was science, bro.
Teach writing.
Writing? Oh shit, my bad. You look like a science teacher though, man. My fault, man.
Get it right. Creative writing.
Right. My fault, dog.
Oh dang, that's too funny. I needed that laugh.
Like a black Professor X or something, man. All right, man. Hey, we live, y'all. Welcome to another edition of the Essential AF Podcast Show. As you can see, I'm not broadcasting live from Clicks tonight because the kids are back in school. All right. As a responsible parent, all right, I am home with my son. Okay.
As you should be.
As I should be. Right. All that party is over with, man. Summertime over with. All right. Back to the books, back to school. So I want to know how first couple of days has been so far. All my parents out there, you know what I'm saying, with Shelby County School students out here going back to school, man. What shit, Brandon, I guess his son got his homework assignment or something, man. Brandon just dropped off, but he'll be joining us, coming back again, man. Got the black Professor X, my main man, Lee, the teacher Johnson, who does not teach science. All right, he teaches English. He's dropping English right now, man. What's going on, my guy?
Yeah, teaching regular old English teacher.
Regular old English teacher, man. Definitely, man. You want to start the show up, man? You ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Man, that's what's up, man. Shout out to everybody watching on Facebook. Make sure you comment and hit us up on the comments, man. We have a great show. We got a lot to get into, but with no further ado, man, let's play a little intro music song, man. Get this show started, man. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go, baby. Essential AF Podcast Show. You know what it is. I'm your host, Jonathan C. Smith. Got my main man, Lee, the teacher Johnson. Got the homie, Brandon Steele, man. The fellas, man. We up in this joint. What's going on, my guys?
What's going on?
Hey.
School back.
School is back. School is back, man. First week of school. First couple of days, man. How's it going, man? For all my parents out there, did y'all have a hard time waking your kids up, today and yesterday, man? How's it going, man? Man.
I had a hard time waking up.
You say
today. Exactly.
But Lee, y'all go back 2 weeks before school starts, right? As far as getting stuff.
Yeah, but the professional development that we do before school is completely different than doing actual school. For the professional development, we get up, don't have to be there until 9 o'clock. You know, we get out at 2, we get an hour lunch, you know what I mean? So it's a completely different environment than an actual school environment. You know, we wearing shorts, t-shirts and stuff. But when it's time to start, you know, waking up at 5:15 in the morning and just getting your body back into waking up early and being attentive and all of that stuff. It takes a minute. It takes like it'll probably maybe the end of next week my body will be ready. We'll be used to it, but it's just crazy. But it's good though. It's really good.
Yeah, man. Yeah, y'all hit us up in the comments, man. Let us know how the first couple of days have been so far, man. You know, little Junior, you know, going back to school, man. Little Pee Wee, you know. And shout out to everybody. I love also the first day of school, everybody taking pictures of their kids, man. You know what I'm saying? Like my son, you know, he in the 8th grade now. You know, he a 13-year-old, so he ain't really going for dads, you know, snapping pictures and all that, man. He like gone on with all that, you know. But I love to see it, man. You know, all the parents on Facebook who were posting the pictures of their kids first day of school. You know, it does my heart good, man. You know, and then see these kids growing up, you know, and all that good stuff, man. You know, Brandon, I know, like I said, you got your son, you know, high school. You know, he a big guy now. He working and everything, man. But you still got your daughter. Your daughter's in what grade now, B?
She's in the 4.
4, okay. Okay.
Son in 11.
Dig. Yeah, definitely, man.
They didn't mind taking pictures though. I don't know what the hell my son was doing. That nigga did a Magneto pose and shit. He had his legs spread and was doing some shit like this. I don't know what the hell his ass was doing. I'm like, nigga, you ready? Nigga, you ready? Calling on the forces on it. Like, calling the forces on good ass grades, goddamn.
Stupid. Hey, man, it's going down, man. Like I said, we got so much to get into, man. Go talk about, like I said, school being back. Got to talk about everything that's been going on this week, man. Let's see, man. You talk about, man, what? The new Nas album. The new Nas album just dropped. Lauryn Hill is back, ladies and gentlemen. Lauryn Hill is back. All right. And I got proof, all right, of the hot fire that Lauryn Hill came back with on Nas's new album, man. We're going to get into that. Also, guys, we got to talk about, I know it seems like we always talk about Nick Cannon every other month or something like that, but he was on the Breakfast Club the other day, you know, and he was just talking about monogamy. You know, and I want to know out there, man, how you guys feel about monogamy? Like, do you still believe in one man, one woman? You know, or, you know, are you going another way with it, man? We're going to get into that. Also, man, let's talk about, we got to get into, we're speaking of kids. What age should you cut your kids off financially? You heard a story about Dr. Dre and his daughter, his oldest daughter, 38-year-old, where Dr. Dre said, hey, enough's enough. He cut her off all financial support, said his daughter was living in a car or something with her kids. So I want to know, man, what age do you cut them kids off financially, man? We're going to get into that. Also, man, on the Shade Room earlier today, and Lee, you brought this to our attention also, man, Batman and Robin. We just found out that Robin is bisexual. Robin is bisexual. He came out the closet. All right, so we're going to talk about that, and also some other cartoon characters, comic book characters out there. They're suspect, okay? All right, we're gonna put all these cartoons, all these comic book characters that we knew was a little funny. We're going to talk about them. We're going to put their ass on blast, all right? They're going to all come out the closet on this show, man. All right, but we're going to have a great show, man. Make sure you guys, man, go join us right now. Hit us up in the comments, man. All right, we're live on Facebook right now. You can holler at us, man. Let us know your thoughts on everything that we're discussing on the show today. Go follow us on Instagram. Go hit us up on IG right now at @essentialaf_podcast. All right, that's where you can find us on IG. Also, we're on YouTube as well. You guys can check us out, man. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel, Essential AF Podcast. Go like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. Let's go ahead and get into it. You know, we always have a special guest come through. You know, this is Essential AF with friends tonight, all right? You know, and speaking of friends, man, this guy right here, the homie right here, man, head coach, Mike Stats, baby, my homeboy Michael Poindexter Jr., man. What's going on, my guy?
Yeah, what it do, man? Glad to be here. Appreciate you. It's always a great time to be with you guys on this show, so I appreciate you.
Definitely, man. We appreciate you joining us, man. Like I said, you got a lot going on. Like every year you moving on up the coaching ladder, man. Hey, real quick, talk about the head coaching gig, man. Where you at now?
Yeah, man. I'm at On Point Academy, man. On Point
There it
Academy.
is. There it
Which are
is.
in El Reno, Oklahoma, probably right outside of Oklahoma City. Definitely blessed and fortunate to have this opportunity to be a head coach here. Last year I was at Texas A&M, Texarkana, and I was associate head there. But then the opportunity came here, and I jumped on it, man. Trying to always better myself every chance I get.
There you go, man. Like I said, you can't whoop me one-on-one, but I definitely recognize your skills as a basketball coach, man. So salute to you, brother.
We can always test that out, Jay.
Oh, it's whatever. It's whatever, man. I'm Durant. I'm Durant over here.
It's a court in Memphis everywhere, every corner.
Everywhere. So. I know it's real, man. But hey, man, thanks for coming on, man. Like I said, we're gonna get into it, talk about all the topics and everything. We might talk a little Lakers, at the end or whatever. We might throw in a little
with it.
Okay. They got PPP loan, and they gave everybody a contract. They called me. They called me off me a contract. Definitely, man. So I got my homie Mike P joining us right now, and also, we always gotta have the ladies on. Every week I got a different smart, beautiful, attractive young lady on, man. And this week, come on, man. It don't change. It don't stop. I got my friend. But I tell you, I've been knowing this young lady pretty much my 20 years here in Memphis. I've known. Yeah, we go back. Started with the Grizzlies, and Summer has just blossomed and has done so many tremendous and amazing things. And we're so proud, so happy to have you on the show for the first time. My friend, Summer Owens is joining us right now as a special guest. What's going on, homie?
Hey. Thanks for having me. Look, I'm glad we finally made it work.
We made it happen. We made it work, man. Before we get into what we're going to talk about on the show today, tell everybody, what you've been up to, what's been going on and everything with you, Summer.
Oh, a lot. So I'm representing my brand tonight. So what? So that's why I've been doing the entrepreneur thing now for about a decade. Speaking in schools and colleges around the country and virtually from my office right here for about the last year. But I'm about to get back on the plane next week and start back flying in and speaking in schools and different events. So it's been good. I've been writing books, writing curriculum, doing a lot of cool stuff.
There it is, man. My homie Summer Owens got my homie Mike P joining us right now. Let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? All right, so let's go ahead and touch on some general topics. Everything that's been going on in the world lately, man. And I want to start off with the story. I don't know, Summer and Mike, you guys heard the story about Dr. Dre the other day, right? As far as him cutting off, Dre's been dealing with his own thing as far as the divorce and everything, dealing with that. But a story about his oldest daughter, 38-year-old daughter, who put it out there that Dre cut her off. He had her, previous relationship with another woman, his oldest daughter, and she said that he cut her off. He's not giving her any financial support within the last year or so, and that she's living in a car with his grandkids, her with 4 kids. So I want to go ahead and throw it out there, man, get you guys' thoughts on that situation. And just in general, like at what age do you or should you cut your kids off financially? Let me go ahead and start off with let's start off with Lee. Go ahead, Lee.
Well, I don't know exactly what age, like when you say cut off financially, I don't know exactly what age that should happen. I always think that at some point, throughout your kid's life, you got to help them out a little bit if they need help, maybe a lot, depending on the situation. But, because I know what happens, like every now and then my mom helps me out if things get into a bit of a crunch. But at the same time, I'm 43 years old. I have a master's degree in education and I'm a teacher. So I really should be on my 2 feet, So with her getting cut off by Dre, like I would understand if she need a little help here and now and then, but it seems like she's asking him to like fully support her. And that's where it gets a little funky. And I'm not mad at Dre for what he did. She's 38 years old. And yes, Dre is Dre. He couldn't and I guess if we want to put some blame on Dre, then yeah, maybe he could have took her under his wing, taught her something about the business and all of that stuff, so she could flourish on her own. But maybe that's not his style. But I'm not really putting a whole lot of blame on Dre on this.
Okay. Brandon, real quick, what's your thoughts on it, my guy?
You muted, Brandon.
Uh-oh. All right, here you go, D. Am I still muted? Hold on.
Hold on.
There you go.
I did it. God damn
it.
Okay. What it basically sounds like, she's asking for an allowance, and I think that at that age of 38, with 4 kids, you should be a little bit more responsible. I don't see why it should be that hard for her to find a job, and especially with all the resources they have. As far as like, you have children, they have things for you as far as like childcare and stuff like that. I think she needs to utilize that. And also, every parent basically financially, it may not be financially giving you money, but most parents do help their kids out, whether it's babysitting the kids because you got to feed them. So I don't really think it's an age where you cut off, but I think it is an age where you cut off where they're basically asking for an allowance. By being 38 years old, I just think that's kind of childish myself. Get out and get a job.
Definitely. Let me throw it to, I know Mike ain't got no kids. So I know he got.
I got a son.
You got a son? Man, you ain't tell me you got a son.
Just cut off the man kids, then.
I got a son, man. I got a son.
How that's your friend and you don't know he got no kids?
Come on, bro.
Yeah, I got a son, man. I got a
Mike
son.
Don't tell me nothing, man. Really? How old is your son?
Man, he's 2. He's 2.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's 2. Lives in Houston.
That's crazy. Yeah. Okay, that's what's up, man. Well, congratulations. I didn't know. I didn't know, man. But yeah, man. I'll tell you what. Let me throw it to Summer. I'm gonna come back to Mike to go ahead and close that topic out, man. But Summer, what's your thoughts on that as far as children, supporting them financially? Like, at what point do you not necessarily kick them out, but just let them kind of fend for themselves and kind of figure things out?
So yeah, speaking on this topic, I first want to say, I know in every situation, you don't have all the answers. We don't know. We don't know what the whole story is. We don't know all the details behind the story. But me, being a mother of a 26-year-old, I think I have a pretty good perspective on this. So, for one, he maybe did try to bring her into business and teach her, and she didn't receive it, right? Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. I think it goes down sort of to maybe even some entitlement, and that a lot of people feel entitled, and maybe she feels entitled. I mean, that's her daddy. He rich. He's supposed to do this. He's supposed to do that. I don't feel like I'm supposed to do anything other than raise my child until he's grown, and I do the best that I can so that he can be self-sufficient. Do you help? I don't think there's an age that you should cut your children off. It all, to me, depends on their decisions and their effort and what they're doing with their life. Because in a lot of situations, parents are enabling their children and do it for forever. They could be grown and they're still enabling. And the more financially stable you are, the more you're in a position to enable your children. And it may be a situation where he's like, I'm not enabling her. I did what I was supposed to do. I tried to teach her. She made bad choices. And this is hypothetical because, like I said, I don't know what the full situation is. But she should be in a position to where she can take care of herself. And maybe anything that he's doing is supporting and helping her to take care of herself. Y'all heard the term throwing good money after bad. It could have been a situation like that. And I know a lot of parents who do that with their grown children. So in this situation, I'm like, I don't judge either one of them, but I lean towards the parent who supporting the parent who's like, hey, just because I got money don't mean I got to give it to you.
But I want to say something a little different, Jay. I'm gonna blame on Dr. Dre on this because I feel like Dr. Dre is he's in a 5 percentile of the society of money that he makes. Okay, he's not the same as us. We're regular folks. Dr. Dre is the top 5 percentile of the world, right? And the main thing is she's not by herself either. She has kids. And I think it's a little different if she was by herself and 38 years old, no kids, and I can see the kind of valid points on that. But I mean, Dr. Dre's blessed beyond measure to have that type of money. He needs to help her, and that if it's not really helping her, but he helps the kids. I mean, and that's why I think that he has that responsibility to make that type of money he's making. You can't take the money with you when you pass. I mean, he can't bury the money in his casket. It's gonna be there. I think he has an obligation to help her. Not only for her, but for the kids. I think, like her sleeping in her car, like that's to me is unacceptable. Like
I
he
know
has
too
to.
many situations like that. Honestly, I know plenty of folks who got money and their kids sleeping in the car
And that's
they make
crazy.
bad choices because the kids make bad choices.
And-
There are ways that you can support the grandkids too without enabling the parent.
Yeah, but it got to be something though. But I'm gonna put a little bit on Drake. 'Cause I think if it's like you give a lifestyle to the kids and then you want to cut them off. Remember now we're talking about Dr. Dre, 5 percentile of the world, right? We're not talking about us common folks. So us common folks a little different. But for him to have the type of money he has, I mean, you'll give money to charities, you'll give money to businesses, put money into your family. Then start her a business, do what you need to do. But he need to make sure that she's straight so her kids can be straight. That's still his grandkids.
Right. And that's what I was thinking, because like I'm thinking, I have a daughter that's 17 now, about to be an adult, and she's somewhat, responsible financially and, doesn't mind working and saving her money. But I'm thinking, if my child gets 38 and, she's struggling or she made some bad choices, like I'm going to let her, learn from her mistakes and everything and go through her struggles. And I'll help when I can help. But for the most part, she had to do majority of the work.
Right.
But like Mike was saying, I wouldn't let my grandkids suffer though because of her mistakes. Like the grandkids can stay with me, you know what I'm saying? And she can kind of figure it out on her own, but I'm not about to let my grandkids, be in dangerous situations where they spend the night in the car. Because
you pulling a Bernie Mac. You pulling a
Right.
Bernie Mac.
Yeah, Bernie Mac. There you go.
That's what I'm saying. There are ways you can support the grandkids and not enable the parent. I just know too many situations very similar to this. Not like you said, Mike, not multimillionaire, but it's still parallel. It ain't that different, in my opinion, when a parent is able and makes a decision not to.
Right. Yeah, it's to my understanding that he did support her up until last year, right? And I guess something happened.
Yeah, last year. Yeah,
he started to she started to bash him, and basically like the same situation that Kurt Franklin was in. So we don't know the backstory, we don't know what happened, but to basically, in my opinion, to sum it up, she should still have some responsibility. But then you're looking at like she's a celebrity child, she shouldn't be, she shouldn't be suffering. So I think a lot of people are looking at it that way, and she's looking at it that way too. It's also embarrassment, also, on her part too. So.
Right.
I feel you on that, definitely, man. Like I said, Dre got a lot going on right now, and we don't know the relationship that he has, with his oldest child. Like I said, he could have been supporting her, up until that point. You know what I'm saying? And if I give you, hundreds of thousands of dollars throughout, your lifetime, and you just, choose to blow it or whatever the case may be, then that's definitely, that sounds like a you problem, and not my problem. But at the end of the day, regardless of what she may do, that's your blood, your grandkids. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know you have to have some type of, will or something where your grandkids are gonna be straight, when it's all said and done. So why would you want your grandkids suffer? Hell, they can stay in the pool house. Right. You got a pool house, what? All kind of houses at the main crib there. So come on.
My guess is it's so much more into the story. I bet he is doing something for the great kids. I bet. Yeah. I would not be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I mean, I also think that if, like, at a certain point, again, kind of putting a little bit of this on Dre, at a certain point when he's supporting her financially for as many years, I would think, and probably he didn't do this because he's Dre, he's busy, let's say when she was 30 years old, you got to sit him down and be like, okay, yes, I'm helping you, but what's the plan? What's the plan?
Right.
Because that's, I think, for me as a parent, that's what I always talk to my son and daughter about. What's the plan? What do you want to do? What do you want to be when you grow up? That conversation had to have happened at some point, and maybe she just didn't receive it. So again, if that conversation didn't happen, I put a little bit more on Dre.
Yeah, man. Hey, shout out to our guy Chris Sadler, man. MS, he retarded. You see what he said? He a fool, man. He said Dre needs to do a Before You Turn Off the Lights remix and give her the proceeds, man. Which y'all know about that? When Dre was with the World Class Wrecking Crew, y'all remember that song? Yeah.
I remember that.
Man.
Yeah.
With Michelle singing on that joint. Also, yeah, man, that's old school right there, baby. Yeah,
God,
man.
Dre did her so wrong.
Oh,
and
man,
I think that's another thing too. I think a lot of people are I know, and I'm sorry, but that people are probably jumping on Dre's case because they know his history of how he's treated women. So
yeah, definitely, man. Definitely, man. So we'll see what happens, as far as with that situation, and Dre still dealing with the divorce and how that's going to play out. They got a lot going on his plate right now. And speaking of a man that has a lot on his plate right now, and kids, Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon, father of seven kids. I think he has 2 sets of twins. He has one with Mariah and another set of twins with another chick, man. But I don't know if you guys saw it, but Nick Cannon went on the Breakfast Club the other day. Wildin' Out is back. His MTV show that's back on the air now. So he's promoting that, and everybody is talking about Nick Cannon and these kids, man. And the fact that he chooses to have so many kids, and not only that, but to have different baby mamas also. Different, you know what I'm saying? So that was the topic of conversation on the Breakfast Club, and he chimed in his thoughts on it, and I got a little clip of what he had to say.
Around my kids and just that youthful energy, it feels like you get to relive every time.
All the time. I love that.
And I think because I've been through so much in my life, physically, mentally, and spiritually, like the best place that I find is the time that I spend with my kids and the energy, and to get as much of that as possible, to pass on all that I've lived into something else. That's why I do it, man.
It's not the number of kids, though. I guess people question the different baby mothers. That's what it is.
Why do people question that? I mean, because that's a Eurocentric concept when you think about the ideas of you're supposed to have this one person for the rest of your life, and really that's just a classified property when you think about it. I mean, when you go into that mindset, if we really talking that talk, just the idea that a man should have one woman, we shouldn't have anything. I have no ownership over this person. If we really talk.
Yo, Nick Cannon, man, sharing his thoughts on monogamy. All right, so it seems like we always talk about Nick Cannon every other month, man. So hell, why not talk about it now, man? This is one of the trending topics going on in the world right now. Talk about Nick, man. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. What do you guys' thoughts on monogamy? Do you still believe in monogamy? One man, one woman. What do you guys' thoughts on what Nick had to say, and just your general thoughts on monogamy itself, Lee?
It's interesting. The idea of ownership that he's using, because that what he was saying does kind of make sense in a way of there are a lot of people that feel that there shouldn't be marriage because marriage is ownership, it's being beholden to somebody and locked down and all of that stuff. And I get that. We are creatures that have wandering eyes. You know what I mean? We like to see attractive things. But to answer your question about believing in monogamy, absolutely, yes, I do. I've worked in jobs where, I got to be a little bit flirtatious. I was a bartender for 10 years, but ultimately, yeah, one person, there's definitely one person for me. Takes a while to find them. But they there. Got to go through a couple, but I do believe that there is that monogamy is real.
Okay, all right. That's what's up, Brandon. What's your thoughts, man? One man, one woman. How you feel about it?
I think that's the way to go, especially with all these diseases and shit going around. And then plus, I can't afford polygamy. It costs too much money. So that's not a lifestyle for me. I think that's a lifestyle that mostly people with money tread on, and people regular people like us. That's the reason why a lot of people like to sneak around, have sneaky links, and be side dudes and side chicks because, and without the other person knowing, because it's better that way, you know, versus them knowing about each other. I just think it's gonna cause a lot of havoc, man. And you know, in the end, you know, it always end bad. Especially like you see it all the time with celebrities, how they tread on that, and it's bad. Just like Ronnie DeVoe did, and you see what happened with them. So monogamy, one man, one woman, just keep it that way. Shit, that's how, you know, we was raised. That's how your mom and daddy was raised, I think. You know, but I'm not talking about y'all specifically, but you know.
Wait, hold on. So Ryan DeVoe and no girl ain't together no more?
I think that they had tried polygamy, and I think it caused some ruckus it caused some ruckus in their marriage or whatever.
Okay, that's right.
You know, so you really have to have that understanding with that person in order for you to even consider that lifestyle, and, and you know, you have to pick the right person for that too.
Yeah.
So you know, if you never treaded on it, I say don't even start with it, man. Stick with what you know.
Wise words right there. Mike, Summer, which way? Whoever wants to jump in first on it, man. Do you guys still believe in the concept of monogamy?
Go ahead, Summer.
So short answer is yes, I believe in it. Well, first I want to go back because it was funny to me how he kind of took the question that he was asked and turned it over into monogamy, but talking about the multiple baby mamas. That's, to me, it's a little bit different answer to the question that he gave. But since we're talking about monogamy, yeah, I believe in it, and I think it's the right way to go. But as I've gotten older and now I'm in my 40s, I remember when I was in my 20s when I got married, and I was like, yeah, just me and this person, and it's going to be perfect, and I won't be with anybody else. He won't be with anybody else. And then our marriage didn't last. And I remember thinking I was so grateful that it didn't last because I wouldn't have been happy. That's not who I was. I feel like I was even supposed to be with. But now I'm in my 40s, and so many people, men that I know who I believe are good men and believe in monogamy and want monogamy, aren't happy where they are. And so sometimes they step out, and I've seen it and I know it, and it's just a fact. It's just a fact. And so it's important that, you know, we talk about, do you believe in monogamy and not? So most people are going to say yes, but then life happens, circumstances happen, and choices happen. And it's not necessarily polygamy, you know, because we're kind of talking about not polygamy, but it's not monogamy either. When sometimes you find yourself not happy, you end up in a situation where you're making choices that you didn't think that you were going to make. And so it's why it's so important, I think, that we all take it a little more seriously who we end up marrying. If we're going to be married, who, you know, take it even more seriously. If you already take it seriously, take it more seriously. And I'm speaking just, again, on my own perspective because I've been married. And then I've been in situations too where people who I think are awesome and amazing, you never would think that they would do anything but monogamy, but they are, because they're not happy, and it doesn't make them a bad person. It's just not the right choice, but out of not being happy.
I like that. Okay. I like that, Summer. All right, Mike, what you got, man?
Man, I'm go both ways. I'm cool with it. I think it has to make sense though. So like to me, when Nick's talking about, it was more so, once again, he's in that 5 percentile of money that, okay, you know, the ownership thing and having multiple baby mamas and having kids and being fruitful and whatnot. But I think if my parents were together over 40 years, so I believe in that. That's what I saw. That's what I grew up seeing. So that's what I want. But you know, it's some benefits, I think, if you can do polygamy, where as far as you have better financial stability, 3 incomes. I think most people take it as of a sexual thing or sexual fantasy, and sometimes it's not really about that. They can satisfy that. Like some are saying, maybe some guys not happy because they want some spice in the bedroom. Maybe the other one can add some spice to it. I don't know, but I mean, I'm not against it. I think it's just, if it fits for you and that's what, you know, makes you happy, then do it. But it's some pros and cons to everything.
I'll say that too. You know what? Talking about, you mentioned your parents being together for a long time. I think about my grandparents and who've been together for or who were, when my grandfathers were living, were together for a long time. But also when they died, we found out about other children and other families. so it's, but you know, so it wasn't monogamous.
That's true. True.
I mean, yeah, like my parents were never married. and I have half brothers and sisters on both sides. So if anyone not shouldn't believe in monogamy, it's me because of how I grew up. If we're going to talk about that,
Right.
but I want to kind of slide away from the polygamy aspect of what he was saying, and really jump into something that I do believe that a lot of Black folks are doing now, and I think we talked about it on an earlier show, which is polyamory, which is having multiple partners, but it's not necessarily about sex. It's more about because, like, let's say if I was with someone and we're hanging out, and I meet another person that has some type of connection where it's not just like physical attraction, but if it's we like the same type of music or something, that's the most arbitrary thing I could think of right now. And we have that connection like that, along with the physical attraction, still attracted to the one person that I'm with, but there's that other person. So a lot of Black people are really exploring that nowadays. And obviously there's conversation, and I think we all agree, like, the conversation has to happen, the communication has to happen before doing anything like that. So it is very interesting, but with the multiple kids part, I don't know about all of that. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
glad.
it'll be another thing too if he was having kids. I don't know who all the baby mamas are, but at least the last ones, it's been people he's been in a relationship with, right?
Right.
And so, that happens if you're not trying not to have kids. If you're in a relationship with somebody, you might end up having kids. So I'm not even as messed up about the multiple baby mamas as, if there are people that he's in a relationship with, because relationships don't always last. If you move on to another relationship, you might end up having kids. And if you're taking care of the kids, then, you're handling your business in that sense for me.
Right. And I think we touched on it before when we talked about Nick in a previous show. But as far as him having 7 kids, if Nick Cannon was third shift key manager at Walmart, right, and had 7 kids, he'd be viewed as trifling, right?
Right. That's that.
Not just 7
5%.
kids, but with different baby mamas too. Now,
Right.
don't forget to put that
7
part in there.
kids, 3 or 4 different baby mamas.
Sure.
Nick Cannon that works at Walmart, third shift key manager. You know what I'm saying? He would be looked at, as one trifling individual.
Right.
Unless he was providing, unless he was really taking care of those kids. And maybe that means, maybe Walmart key man, that means he can't financially provide. I don't know if that's what we're saying there. But if he were providing for those children, still, I don't know that I would see him as trifling. If he was in a relationship with the people that he had, to me, it's different. It's a little bit different if he's just out there sleeping around, he's making all these babies.
Okay.
Versus being in relationships with people.
And I think it's what Nick is doing, because remember, he was all, Mr. Mariah Carey, as far as the marriage was concerned. And then when that didn't work out, Nick was out here wilding. He literally was wilding. Like, he was out here. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, like I said, I think if Nick didn't have, if he wasn't worth, millions and millions of dollars, and he was just Nick Cannon from Memphis, then I think he'd be looked at differently, even if he was taking care of his kids, and because that's your job as a parent, is to take care of your kids. Like, but if he was just out here doing his thing and getting with different women every other month, and just creating babies, because he said he likes to be a father, he likes the joy that comes from parenthood. Like, wouldn't you, like, this, looking at it from outside the box, wouldn't you look at Nick Cannon as being trifling in that situation, Summer?
I don't know if I would look and be trifling. I definitely don't think that that's an ideal situation. Because we see it happening all the time. I think a difference is, and my perspective is from being a single mom, and a circumstance situation. So I see it. I don't think it's cool at all, and I think it is unfair, to the children. I don't think it's an ideal situation, at all. But to me, still, if he's in a relationships and I don't know about the wilding out part now. That's different. Like I said, to me, if you're in a relationship, you have children, you move on to a new relationship, you have more children, that's different. But the side kids and the outside kids, all of that, it's hard, it's tough, and it's not fair to the children. And again, even if he is financially providing, it's still, as a single mom, I made good money. I didn't need the finances. It was the other stuff that was necessary. So yeah, the children are being shortchanged regardless. It's not cool. So
I would like to know which one actually lived in the home with him. Because of course they are going to be raised differently. Even if he has his own particular views of raising kids, they all going to be raised differently. I just wonder which one actually lives in the home with him full time.
Yeah. And like I said, everybody to each their own, as far as how they choose to, create children and everything there, how they choose to multiply. But, let's be real, guys. Kids are expensive as fuck, okay? They're expensive as hell. And even for a millionaire, you know what I'm saying? When you think down the line, when you're not going to be with that child's mother anymore and the child support hits, like, even at some point, Nick is gonna be like, man, maybe I should have cut back. You know what I'm saying? Maybe after 4 or 5 kids, because I think he still wants more kids. I don't think this is it for him. I think he still wants more. 7 is not, the magic number for him. But even then, he plans on getting with other women. Like in his mind, he's never getting married again. He wants to procreate with more women and create more children, man. Like I said, if you can afford that, cool. But me, hey, man, listen. I got 2 kids right now, and I'm, and I'm singing the blues right now, But like I say, everybody's differently in that aspect, man. But like I said, I just know if Nick was from Raleigh, and he was working at Checkers, and he had 7 kids, oh man, they'd be lighting his ass up on Facebook right now, talking about all his baby mamas, talking about how trifling he is, man.
But it's the other side of it too. Is the baby mamas, the women. They have a role in it. They participated in it, right? And maybe they were willing participants and wanted to have the children. And I think it's the children who don't have a choice, who are going to live with the consequences. But the women in those cases, you never know. They might have wanted to have those babies.
Yeah. All them damn graduations.
Definitely, man. And that's crazy. Like, I couldn't even imagine having one set of twins. This man has 2 sets of twins, man. That's included in that a total of 7. That's crazy, man.
But the finances probably is not a factor for him. The finances is not a factor.
Right.
Even child care, actually physically providing for all this probably not even a real factor for him, because he can pay for nannies and whatever. And I don't think any of those real, like you said, Mike, for us real people, all those things we have to deal with, those are even factors.
Right.
Definitely, man. Definitely. But yeah, y'all chime in, man. Everybody in the comments. What's happening? Everybody comment. Tammy, Kishuyana, Lala, man. Everybody's commenting. My guy Chris, man, keep joining in, man. Let us know your comments, how you feel about the Nick Cannon situation. And just monogamy in general, man. Do you still believe in monogamy? Do you still believe in one man, one woman? And like going back to what you said also, Summer, I meant to double back on that. As far as, our grandparents' relationships, like, growing up, we thought, oh man, grandma and grandpa, they sticking together, through anything, right? And like I said, just down the street, granddad, he was stroking, what I'm saying? Yeah. Like there's other, siblings, right. He was a Rolling Stone, man. But back then, guys, it wasn't spoken of. It wasn't talked about. It was like a family secret that nobody really discussed. And you didn't meet that other sister or brother, what I'm saying, until y'all were, adults or whatever. But like as kids, like you didn't even know, like you had a little brother, little sister right down the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what it is about the Black community in general when it comes to that, man. Like, why was it pushed to the side that grandpa was out here getting his freak on? You know what I'm saying? Like, why wasn't that prevalent? Why wasn't that talked about? Amongst us, man.
I could tell you the reason that, because gender politics. Man gotta be a man. Simple. I'm gonna be a man, and you the woman, and I am not to be questioned. That was the reason, and that's probably why Granddad stepped out as many times as he did, because his wife questioned, "Where you been? Who you talking to?" "I'm going out with the fellas." Go down to the family down the street, where the other woman more than likely knew her role. And that was that.
I think that's definitely a big factor. And then plus, we are, in a situation where most of us are more financially independent than we were, than they were back then, where they just kind of needed each other and you just kind of accept what you got kind of situation in a lot of families.
No doubt. No doubt. That's a great point right there. So, Brandon, Mike, you want to talk about grandpa and granddad, and hell, even mom and dad? You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a generational thing. You know what I'm saying? Like if you saw your grandparents, have outside things going on, like it was your parents that had outside situations going on. So it kind of trickles down. It's almost like a generational curse in a way, to the point where we don't really see a true. Most of us don't see a true ideal relationship as far as mom and dad, sticking together no matter what. And it's just being, just them, just two of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really know too many of my friends that have, situations where their parents are celebrating 40th or 50th anniversaries. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't see that, man.
Nah, you don't. And I meet a lot of women. Wow, your folks been together 40 years. I'm like, yeah, like so that's. I guess I feel like I'm living in a closet where I feel that's normal, right? Mm-hmm. So and then when I hear talk to other people, it's not normal. That parents and grandparents being together the whole life and for over 40 years. So it's definitely not common today.
It's a lot of stories in their 40 years, not necessarily your parents, but in other people's relationships. I mean, grandparents and parents who've been together for a long time. It's probably been some non-monogamy in a lot of those situations.
I don't know.
Pushing through it, and pushing through it and overcoming that and making the decision to deal with it. But, people who stick together for a long time, it is admirable, but it's a lot that we probably don't know that has happened and swept under the rug or addressed and dealt with, but made the decision, okay, we're going to stay together in spite of it. That happens, a lot. And then in like kind of like what I was saying before, I believe when it doesn't, why we don't hear those stories of 40 plus years is also because of more financial independence. And like, I don't have to stay in this situation. I don't need his money. I can leave. So, or her money, either way. Right. I don't have to stay in this situation. So we don't get the 40 plus years.
No doubt, man. Y'all making some great points right now. And I think it's a beautiful thing, man, whenever you do see the relationships that people are in, like Mike's folks, man. People are in it for 40, 50 years, man, and never stepped out, never cheated. They went through, everybody goes through their hard times. You know what I'm saying? Everybody goes through their problems, but the ones that find a way to stick together, man. Like, I think that's a beautiful thing, man, and should be celebrated more than than what it is, now, man. But definitely, like I said, but to sum it all up, I do believe in monogamy. I still do. You know what I'm saying? Your boy ain't perfect. Your boy has slipped, in the past. You know what I'm saying? But you're young and you make stupid mistakes, and you learn from it. You grow from it. And you just want to be a better person, and you want to be happy, like Summer was saying. You want to be happy, and you want to be happy with your mate, your partner. You want to be able to share common interests. You know what I'm saying? And somebody that's gonna have your back. Because like we getting older now. You might get sick or whatever, and you gonna need somebody that's really down for you to take care of your sick ass. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. That's real. That's real. Yeah. What you just said. That's real.
Yeah. You got to think about those things, man, as you get older. You want to settle down. You can't do things you used to. You can't run the streets like that no more, man. So that's what it's all about at this point, man. Just being happy and finding somebody that, you can be happy with, and you can live out the rest of your years with.
And basically take care of JC's sick ass because he don't know how to make no damn soup. When he gets sick, he gonna be that sick person. The bed just.
Jay, I'm with you, bro. I'm the same way.
All he got is a cold.
Ain't that all, man?
Jay, I'm the same way, Jay. Don't worry about it.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely, man.
I'm the same way.
But I'm gonna stay healthy now. I exercise. I'm gonna take my Robitussin. I take a little tussin, every day. Yeah. I'm gonna be all right.
Take you some sea moss.
A little sea moss, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna be all right, But like I said, you just never know. But it's just always good to know somebody got your back. That's all. That's all you want. Definitely, man. Essential AF podcast. We got about We got about 10 more minutes on the show here, man. It's been a great show so far, man. Got my guys, leader teacher Johnson. We got my guy Brandon Steele. I got my partner, my homie, man, my guy head coach Mike P joining us right now, and the lovely and talented Miss Summer Owens joining us right now as well, man. Guys, we got a few more minutes, man. I got some silly things I want to talk about real quick, man. Some silly topics. So can I get silly for just 1 minute, guys? Can we talk about Batman and Robin? I don't know if you guys heard Robin. All right, it was just revealed. All right, Robin's true identity in these streets, in these comic book streets. He has come out. Robin has come out as bisexual, guys. All right. I'm gonna throw it out there. Lee, go ahead, man. Batman and Robin is bisexual now.
So I'm put on my geek hat because this particular Robin is, for those that don't know, is Tim Drake. There's been four Robins, I'm sorry. Dick Grayson. Then after Dick Grayson was Jason Todd. And after Jason Todd was Tim Drake. And then Batman's son, Damian Wayne. Actually, I'm sorry, there's 5. There was a female Robin as well. It was a female Robin. I don't really understand why, of all of the characters that Batman has had, why they would decide to pick Tim Drake to be bisexual, because he's, in my opinion, the best Robin of all of them. So I don't really know if this is like a victory or not. I don't understand the process of it. But he is the best Robin. He is portrayed as the best Robin. And it's funny because Tim Drake is going to be on season 3 of Titans, which is going to be coming out soon. So are they going to incorporate, and he's played by a person of color as well. So are they going to incorporate that bisexuality now? Because it's canon. It is something that is going to be in all issues of Robin. So are they going to incorporate that in the Titans TV series? So in the grand scheme of things, I'm not bothered by it. Okay, great. He's bisexual. I don't really care what that means. He's still the best Robin out of all of the Robins. He's actually not even Robin anymore, unless they reverted it back. He was Red Robin, but okay, yay. From a geek standpoint, from a comic book geek standpoint, and I have the first issue of Robin somewhere up there. I have it and I have it signed. I've been down with Tim Drake as Robin for the longest time because I thought he was a really great Robin. This doesn't change my opinion on him in any way, shape, or form, but I just find it's interesting that it happened now, and it happened with that Robin.
nerd.
Settle down. I'm a nerd. I'm a comic book nerd too, man. So settle down, man. Settle down.
My fault. But
I'll still steal your girl. I
told you.
Why you playing?
Told you.
All right, okay. All right, cool. All right. Brandon, what you got, man? How you feel about Robin coming out the closet and owning his truth, man?
So let me get this straight. Is the actual character gay or the person who's playing Robin gay?
Lee?
That character, that particular character.
Yeah, that particular character.
This version of Robin. This version of Robin is bisexual.
Oh, that's right. So, which is Tim Drake.
But that's crazy to me because Robin is Robin, right? It's just like Batman is Batman. It's not different Batmans, right? So, but I don't know, man. Shit, I don't know. Shit. The age of the LGBT, the LGBTQ plus. Right. That's all I can say.
Right.
It's their time now.
Right. I feel
well, I'm gonna hit on what Lee said because you made a good statement, Lee, saying that he's the best Robin, right? So now you take the best Robin and put the stamp of the LGBT, the community on him, right? So now you take that best version of Robin and you made it a financial reason why you made that Robin bisexual. So they win money wise. So you already got a good strong fan base like us, the comic book nerds, right? And then now you bring in a whole new community that will buy into that Robin of being bisexual. So I guess the only thing, me being a comic book dude and being into Marvel and DC, is that if you want if you want somebody representing that community, come up. I think you should have your own separate character. Okay, like you take what you're doing is you're taking iconic characters and then turning him to please a large mass of people. So my thing is just come up with a new character.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying, because now like keep the characters. Like I'm strong for people say, well, how come I've never been a black Superman? I'm not really interested in being a black Superman. I grew up in having a white Superman, so keep Superman how he is.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I was thinking.
Right.
I mean, Robin is Robin,
Right.
like you said.
So
I'm
I'm just big on keeping with the iconic characters what they are, because I love them no matter what. So, but if you want to create new ones, create them. I'm okay with that. Like, do what you can do, because everybody wants some type of representation, so that's fine. But let's don't recycle iconic old characters and then make up new characters based on sexual orientation.
Right.
You know,
Robin Cousin, Bluebird, or some shit.
Summer.
I'm okay with that.
Summer. Thoughts.
So I'm not a comic book person, so I appreciate what y'all are just teaching me. But Mike, I think that's a great suggestion. So I think that's exactly right. Everybody needs representation, and I think that's the way to do it instead of changing what we already know. So I get it. But the LGBTQ community is strong. I know people in that community, and they deserve representation too. But I also see, what you're saying too, and it being a moneymaker, right, and bringing money, but by bringing that audience in. Same thing when they incorporate a person of color, right, and they're trying to include. So it's a financial thing and it's an inclusion thing. But I think there's a proper way to do it, or a better way to do it. And Mike, what you suggested, I think is the way.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, they did. Like I said, I don't want to go too deep into this because I mean I'll go crazy on it. They did. To be fair, they did bring in, Batwoman is a lesbian, so they had created characters to represent the LGBTQ community. It's just I'm that's where it was confusing. Like, with the Marvel TV shows, there was a huge push to make Bucky bisexual in Captain America and the Winter Soldier. People were going crazy when Loki came out as bisexual. So I since I am not bisexual, since I'm not gay, I'm heterosexual. I don't understand, and if we were to have someone on the show that could definitely tell us why this is such a big deal, I think that would be the best thing. Because to me, as someone that has read this comic for so long, it just seems it was a left field move.
Right.
That it just didn't make sense.
Okay, cool. And like I said, man, sign the times, times we're living in, and I'm cool with it. As far as these characters coming out, but listen. All right, can we just say the one comic book character, cartoon character, they ever do another Scooby-Doo movie? I think we could all agree, right, that Velma needs to come on out. Velma from Scooby-Doo needs to come on out and claim her truth. All right, come on now, come on now. Y'all see the way she be looking at Daphne, okay? y'all been peeped that, man. All right, Velma need to come on out, man. All right, if Robin's bisexual, Velma need to come on out and claim her truth, man.
Notice how nobody's gonna say nothing about that. We're like, we ain't messing up our checks. Say what you want to say, JC.
Right.
Hey, you know what? If I had to choose somebody to come out bisexual, I would say Professor X and Magneto.
Y'all going too deep. Y'all going too deep. X-Men and all that. Y'all going too deep. Yeah, man. All right.
I think that people should just be who they are, though. Look, I'll say it that way. I do believe that people should own their truth and be comfortable being who they are.
Be who you are. Be who you are. Definitely, man. All right, Velma. We're waiting any day now. It's happening. It's happening, man.
Them glasses too much.
Hey, man.
Hey, look up on the skirt and shit. That's what you're trying to do.
Right. Hey, y'all, it's been an awesome show. We got about 5 more minutes, man. A little overtime. We got to get into unpopular opinions. Our final take opportunity to say what's ever on our mind. Anything we want to talk about. For 2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes. All right. I will give you the floor to allow you to speak, man. So let's go ahead and start it off with Lee. The floor is yours, sir. 2 minutes now. 2 minutes.
ladies and gentlemen, as we talked about earlier, pre-show, school is back. I know you're excited to kick your kids out the house, but please, as an educator, make sure that your kids are getting enough sleep in class so that when they come into my room, they are not falling asleep. Take the phones away at a certain time, tell them to turn the video games off, that whole deal. I know this is a big adjustment period for them coming back. It's been over 18 months, but please, if anything, just make sure that they have plenty of sleep before they come to school, and feed them some breakfast.
There you go. There it is. Get some rest, a little nutrition in the morning, kids. All right, Lee ain't having it. All right, he gonna write you up. Come in there and sleep in this class. Brandon, what you got, my guy? Unpopular opinion.
Man,
2 minutes.
Parents, it's been a long time coming. Hey, kids been out of school for a long ass time, man. Please put some fucking clothes on when y'all dropping kids off at school, man. I'm already seeing the bunnies and the house coats and the house shoes and shit. Damn, parents, y'all got to do better, man. They should really have a policy for these parents. If you're getting out the car, you need to have some damn clothes. I know you want to watch your kids in, but man, be presentable. I mean, you got young kids out here watching, man. Please. I'm sick of looking at that shit. I can smell you through my car and shit. I can smell it through the vents.
This guy.
Smell like bunnies and pink hair lotion.
You know what? This guy, man. I co-sign that, though. I definitely
In
co-sign
their infinities.
That. Yeah.
In their infinities.
Mike, Summer, man. Y'all got anything, man? Y'all want to throw out there right quick? Anything that's on your mind? Like anything random? Whatever you got.
Real random. Sugar does not belong in spaghetti. Okay.
Thank you.
I see a lot of folks out there saying sugar belongs in spaghetti, and that is terrible. I will throw your spaghetti in the trash if I know that you make it with sugar. Okay? That just burns me. I've been seeing that on social media and sugar and spaghetti. No, I don't want nothing sweet. Spaghetti is not candy.
But hold up, Mike. Sugar on grits, though, right? On grits, right?
Sugar on grits.
Yes. There we go. That's my man.
Yes, sugar on grits. Sugar on grits is okay, but not in spaghetti.
That's my guy.
Summer, let me find out you put sugar in your spaghetti. Summer.
I don't, but I know somebody who makes it with a little brown sugar, and it actually is good.
No sugar. Nope. Don't plug them. Don't say her name. None of that.
She find it on your own, huh?
Yeah, man. She don't deserve that pub. Nope.
Okay, here go mine. It's not so unpopular, but I went to a restaurant today to get a salad. And in the line, it was a line, one of those where you go through and nobody had on a mask. And so I'm still better safe than sorry mentality. And so I had on my mask, and only a few other people had on masks, but hardly anybody in there had on masks. I heard y'all say y'all are educators up there. Thinking about y'all, I have a granddaughter sent her to school for the first day yesterday with her mask on. And I want to personally encourage people, because I lost people to COVID, and we see that it's still happening. I don't know. I feel like some people are still not taking it that seriously. That maybe the mask is not doing nothing. Maybe the mask is not necessary, but does it really hurt us? Does it kill us to stick on the mask? And like I said, better safe than sorry. So that's my thing right now, is just put on the mask.
There it is, man.
And I'm fully vaccinated. I'll say that too. I'm fully vaccinated, but I'm wearing my mask everywhere I go.
That's right. She got 2 shots. All right, she's still masked up out here in these streets, man. Listen, man, I'm gonna sum it up with this, man. My final take to the awesome show, man. But listen, Hard Knocks is coming on in a few minutes. All right, it will be previewing the 2021 Super Bowl champion, Dallas Cowboys. That's right. I said it. The Cowboys are winning the Super Bowl this year. I know it's been 25 years since we won a Super Bowl. And I know I was a sophomore in high school the last time the Cowboys won. But damn it, we're going to win this year. All right. Everybody in America will be watching HBO tonight. Hard Knocks, first episode. America's team. Cowboys, baby. How about them Cowboys?
Woo!
So should we have So if you want to send boxes of tissues to JC by about week 7 of the season, when the Cowboys are officially eliminated from the playoffs, we'll make sure that we have his address up there for you.
No, my brother, we'll be 6-1 by week 7, baby. We'll be like 6-1.
That's right, man. We got Dak back. All right, we got
CD Lamb, baby.
CD Lamb, Amari Cooper.
Yes.
Come on, man. We loaded. We are loaded this year.
And Michael Parsons will be Defensive Player of the Year.
Man, we got the Defensive Rookie of the Year. Come on, man. Summer, you a Cowboy fan, right?
You know, I'm just basketball.
Okay, all right.
However, I don't believe in the Cowboys. I'm sorry. I know it's a lot of fans out there, but I'm a little more realistic.
Oh man, you heard him.
All right,
you heard him bad.
We want to thank Summer. This is her first and last time here on the Essential AM. Nah, man.
She was like, so what?
Right. So Little segue, man. Hey, Summer, man. Tell everybody where they can check you out, where they can follow you, and all that good stuff.
My website is my hub, summerowens.com. Got links to everything that I do there. So I got YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all that. But YouTube is my favorite. It's where I post videos all the time. Just inspiring people to say, so what? Summerowens.com.
There it is, man. You see where you follow her on IG. Go do that right now. Go follow her, man. All right.
I think it's pretty cool. I post some fun stuff.
Yeah, man. Matter of fact, I just followed you. How about that? I just followed you. Yeah, I didn't know you had an IG page. All right, but I just followed you.
You about to learn some stuff. There.
There it is, man.
I'm gonna follow you back too, my friend.
You better. Hey, man. Hey, Summer,
nice to meet all of y'all.
For sure. We're gonna do it again soon, Summer.
Let's do it.
I'm ready whenever.
For sure, man. That's the homie right there, Summer Owens. My guy, Mike, head coach Mike P, man. Let everybody know where they can check you out, man. Because you head coach now, man.
I know it, man.
Big time in this over here now, man.
You can follow us on onpointhoops.com. Follow me on Twitter at Coach P901. That's my Snap too as well, man. But just definitely, I'll be coming to the city. I was recruiting kids out of Memphis and definitely trying to represent the city best way I can, man. So I want Penny spot one day, man. Hopefully Penny can't coach at Memphis forever.
Listen, bro. Hey, man. I can see you on his staff soon, bro.
Hope so.
I can see you as assistant coach, man, out here recruiting these kids, these Memphis kids, man, and just doing your thing, man. Like, I wish that for you. I'm going to speak that into existence, my guy.
Appreciate it.
For sure.
Thank you, man.
Sure,
Appreciate y'all having me, man. Great show. I tell you, it's gonna blow. Keep at it, man. It's gonna blow up. I promise you.
We're gonna do it, my guy. We're gonna do it, man. I appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
Homie right there,
and Brandon, get a better new picture in the intro, man. You taking a selfie in your Superman shirt in the car.
Check it, B.
And you know what? But
hey,
you know,
noticed that too.
But be still, it's not your fault, man. You got 2 partners over there. Let you send you out like that. If I was your partner, I wouldn't let you do that, man. Change your profile. Change his pic, JC. That's your fault. Had a man in a selfie in the car.
I'm surprised that Sean ain't on here because that's the person we using to do the pictures. On his job.
Give him his job. Take care of business, JC, man.
I got you, my guy. All right,
love
Mike.
y'all, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Yep.
That's my dude right there. All right, but it's been a great show, guys. I gotta watch Cowboys. I gotta watch HBO, Cowboys, Hard Knocks. I'm here for it.
Hey, all I want to know is either one of y'all done jumped on Jadakiss Jock? Because everybody talking about Jadakiss now. When nobody's saying shit about no damn Jadakiss, man.
He's always been in my most underrated list of all time, most underrated MCs of all time.
But he's not in your top 5 or 10.
He showed what a true MC is, man. He controlled the crowd. He controlled the whole versus stage. Like Diplomats, Cameron, Jim Jones, they had no chance. It was over with. Jadakiss killed the Diplomats all by himself.
I just like watching Afion and Spice Adams do the after stuff.
Right, the after stuff.
that's the real verses.
Hilarious.
That's the real fun of verses.
Hilarious, man. Definitely, man. All right, guys. It's been a great show, man. All right, for my dude, Lee, the teacher, Johnson. All right, the Black Professor X. My homie, Brandon Steele. All right, I am your boy, Jonathan C. Smith, and as always, to remind each and every one of you guys, you are all essential as fuck. We out, man. We're going to do this thing, same time, same place next week. Y'all be good till then, man. We out. Peace.
Peace.
Wear your mask.
All right, Lee.
All right, man.
What's up, man? Oh, in my white tee, looking at
What's up, man? Oh, peanut butter sandwich eating that.
Oh, big bifocals wearing that. What's going on? Man?
Smidget face looking at.
Oh, I got my little computer chair from Best Buy looking at that. What's going on, man?
Oh, the Arctic Circle head ass nigga.
Man, Fu Manchu beard having that nigga. What's going on, man?
Dumbo Jumbo eating that nigga.
No, okay. All right, you lost, dog.
I lost that, man. I lost that one. I messed up on that one. Shit.
All right, cool. Yeah.
All right, man.
Yep. Do you